guys, Layles here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am creating Jeffree Star in CAS, in part just kind of to recreate the look that he had for his Bloodlust collection release, which, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting a little bit into tea, which I'm not a big fan of tea channels. And he is kind of like a controversial figure. I have to admit that personally, I believe that there is a such thing as being able to have a redemption arc, and that anyone can really have some type of redemptive experience. I do think that he still makes some decisions that aren't like the greatest in the world, but I have to say, like, I appreciate his makeup and I appreciate like aspects of his personality. So I still find him somebody to like worth thinking about if you're gonna think about makeup and everything. So I decided to make him and all 6 of his dogs, which would mean including the 2 that died this past year, which I feel really bad that they died because I know that that was a big part of his life, and surely that would have hurt him like it would hurt anybody else. So yeah. So I decided to really like focus on the face, I would say. It's hard to do like body in The Sims 4 for him specifically because of his tattoos. So I just kind of like stuck as many as I could on there. I really tried to go for not necessarily what would match like his type of tattoo style as much as like what would cover the most space. And then I really worked to find an outfit that would look for his everyday most like what he wore for his Bloodlust release, or Bloodlust reveal video, I should say. And I kind of failed. I used very light purples instead of deeper ones. And part of this was just because I think I just preferred the suit jacket better to the one that's currently on him in this video. I will say that later on in this video there is a slight little lapse where suddenly the dogs are all done, because I stopped recording to do the dogs because I realized it was going to just take so much time, and I wanted to do them as close as I could to what they would look like in real life since they're all poms. And I thought, like, I don't want to take too much time, I think, to do this in my video form. And I spent so much time on Jeffree as it was, just like trying to figure out what would be most fashionable, and also realizing some very like simple things. Like, I forgot that you couldn't have different hairs of different colors on a sim. So I was trying to actually recreate, you know, the wigs that he uses in a sense. And I kind of wound up just deciding that everything was going to be blonde, and, you know, if I want to, or if you want to download this, you can basically just change the hair color, because it is pretty easy to get into CAS and do that if you want to. And he does have like a long blonde wig anyways, so it's not that it's terribly far off. Also, I realized while doing this that the purple is so pink-like in The Sims for the hair color selection that I wish there was some more purples, honestly. Or deeper ones, that would be. So, but, well, not to throw shade. That's kind of reflective of the palette, isn't it? Because a lot of people have been talking about, and just like noticing, that palette that is going to be released here is very, it has a lot of light purples. It doesn't have a lot of other colors in there, but it does have one dark purple. So a lot of people were like, that's not a lot of different purple shades for a purple palette. Plus there's like the random goldish shade, there's a green shade, there's a red shade. And while all those shades go well with purple, they are placed in a way that maybe doesn't look so good. Like, I've heard different people commentate that just changing the selection would be beneficial. So I don't know. I think it's still a beautiful palette. Obviously, I'm not going to buy it because I don't have money, but it's beautiful and I love purples. So maybe someday. Like, honestly, it's probably going to be up there with Blue Blood as a palette I'd be interested in getting at some point down the line. So I really tried to, like, capture sometimes somewhat of, like, in between fashion forward and just, like, glam, because I don't think that, you know, Jeffree's not so fashion forward that there's not a traditional vibe in how he dresses, I would say, in terms of, like, what types of feminine clothing he would use. I tried to keep it a little bit more subdued. I felt bad with the makeup because it really made me think about how The Sims as a whole does not have a lot of selection in terms of makeup. Like, you know, you can start to feel like there's a big selection with makeup, but it's just not there. So I think that I would be interested in seeing Maxis expand down the line and, you know, add some more makeup. I did use a piece of custom content makeup wise in creating Jeffree, and that would be the lips. I think they're a Cupid lip. I will be putting that down in the description box below. My skins and eyes, of course, I don't know which skins I use because I couldn't find the exact ones. I do have, you know, some lists with my eyes, I know for sure, in there. On a previous CAS video where I made PewDiePie and Marzia, I will also be linking that in the eye bubble to that video if you're interested. So yeah, go check that one out if you really do like my CAS stuff. I think that this CAS was overall a lot easier than doing PewDiePie and Marzia. Not sure if I can explain why, because when I said in that video was that it's difficult to create them because of how their bone structure is and how there's really, like, defined jaw lines, defined cheekbones, and working with The Sims 4 in that build, like, not build, but cast style, it's very, like, the clay, it's very much like clay, so it's gonna have this more of a plumpness to it. And I guess I just found the right cheek setting that, like, took that out for Jeffree. So while it is still a little plumper than what Jeffree's facial structure is, it feels a lot closer, if I'm being honest. And I really think that this turned out quite well, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, I'm very happy. Maybe at some point I'll build his house, but that would be, like, a long video. That'd be crazy amounts of time. And I don't know if I could fathom it now. I've built castles before, and those take lots of time, so I can't imagine his taking any less. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that in the future. Let me know if you guys want that, or would want to see that. So yeah, let me know any ideas that you have for CAS, if you have for any types of builds you want to see from me, or hey, let me know what types of games you want me to play in terms of my indie game day on Friday. This video, speaking of which, is a little bit late by a couple days because I've had a lot of crazy life events. I currently am in the middle of getting into a new job. I've not actually, like, started my first day yet, but I have to do all these pre-work stuff. And then after I start, and after a friend of mine starts her job that she has recently got, I'm actually going to be moving out of my parents' house, and that is going to be crazy fun, crazy scary, but it's going to be interesting, and I hope to still continue doing this, and maybe in, like, a more, I guess, comfortable environment for me. So yeah, like and comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think overall. Another thing I kind of wanted to tag in here is I've thought about, you know, after I'm moving, maybe start doing a self-care Sunday series, because, and I thought that would be, you know, that fits this video to an extent. So Jeffree Star, if I'm being honest, like, he got me to really love makeup again, and I've always really disliked makeup. I've really disliked the mentality around makeup, but now I have this mentality of it can be fun and artistic for me. And, just shooting off that, there's elements of self-care that I've really decided to get more into or let myself experience in more positive ways than I've had before. So I'd love to start doing a video series where, we can just talk about self-care and talk about, skincare, exercise, cooking for fun, watching shows, reading books, whatever seems great. So yeah, comment, let me know what you think, and see y'all later.